Okay, so we are on. Good morning, Magda. After the long weekend, regular weekend. Anyway, ready
Good
to
morning,
go?
Tom. Yeah,
Good. How was
we
your
can
weekend?
start. My weekend, it was really good. I met with my friends. Finally, we can meet more like during the most serious
Yes.
situation during the pandemic. So it's really nice to meet with people.
We'll get it done now because this Delta variant might slow us down again in September, October. We'll see.
Yeah,
Right?
everything could come back in September, I think. So
Yeah.
I try to use this time mostly that I can.
Exactly. Okay, so let's go on. First story of the day.
More Belarus IT startups moving to Poland. Startup Hub Poland Foundation has managed to bring 20 startups to Poland, said President Maciej Sadowski. They are operating under the government program Poland Business Harbor, which is responsible for attracting Belarusian companies to Poland.
Yeah, this is great. I mean, it's one man's crisis, which is Belarus, is another one's opportunity, and that's for Poland, that's for the Baltic states. I mean, they are actively recruiting technology companies, especially from Belarus, who just can't operate in the environment. So having the internet shut down, they're obviously having troubles with being harassed by police. So a lot of these companies are moving into Gdańsk, into Łódź, into Wrocław, into Latvia, Vilnius. So interesting to see how that develops. Big problems there in Belarus and big opportunities for other parts of, especially EU countries in Central East Europe. Okay, next story, Magda.
Pharmena will expand sales of one mRNA molecule products to include post-COVID therapy. Pharmena, which is listed on NewConnect, has patent protection for the use of the one mRNA molecule, intends to extend the product sales strategy to include with post-COVID therapy.
Yeah, and they're listed on NewConnect, so I haven't checked the price of their shares on NewConnect, but I think that would be quite interesting to see how they have done as a listed company. But again, a play on the COVID, a play on the vaccines, and a play on any sort of therapy or medical sources or medical solutions around COVID. That'll be a theme for a long time, unfortunately. Okay, next story.
PKN Orlen starts its own Orlen Skylight Accelerator program. The program will last 2 years. Its budget will amount to 3 million zlotys, and PKN Orlen aims to review from 500 to 600 applications.
Yeah, this is a nice story. I think PKN Orlen, the very big state-owned chemical conglomerate, they are looking to invest in green energy, in technologies like hydrogen. So they're trying to also find companies that they can fund and support around that space. So quite interesting. We'll see how that develops, and we really look forward to seeing some companies that come out of that startup accelerator program. Okay, next story. Great title or great name of this company, by the way. Next one.
Deligo wants to provide services.
DeliGoo.
Okay, I was thinking about it, how to pronounce it. So thank you.
Okay.
DeliGoo wants to provide services in 30 cities by the end of the year. DeliGoo, a company providing last mile deliveries, will expand from 26 cities to 30 Polish cities by the end of this year, said Vice President of DeliGoo, Łukasz Rybak.
This is a play on the last mile delivery, which of course is huge everywhere in the world. Important thing, growing very fast. These guys are based out of Bydgoszcz, and it wouldn't surprise me if these guys get bought up by one of the big guys very soon. They're expanding very quickly. They know they need a global, national footprint to be on the radar screen of the big acquirers, or they do a new Connect listing as well. So really interesting to see how Łukasz Rybak does with this company. Okay, next story.
Apis starts selling meats in Portugal. The Polish meat producer is getting support from the Polish Investment and Trade Agency in Lisbon, the agency said.
Portuguese, very competitive alcohol market, wine market. The Portuguese are the biggest drinkers in Europe. They drink so much because it's wine, particularly. So they're going into a market that's both extremely competitive, but also big. And is getting support from the PAI Export Promotion Agency. So we'll see how that comes along. and interesting and good for Portugal. Okay, next story.
Okay, Enter Air has a charter agreement with Coral Travel Poland worth an estimated $33.4 million. The charter agreement will last until March 21st in the 2022. Enter Air is the largest private airline operating in Poland. The line transported 2.5 million passengers in Poland in 2019. It has been listed on the Warsaw Stock Exchange since 2015.
And of course, on the stock exchange, they got whacked very hard a year ago with COVID. But this is a good deal for Enter Air. Of course, the charter business is big. Monica, did you fly a charter airline to Greece last week, 2 weeks ago, or did you fly regular lot airlines?
No, I was traveling with Ryanair.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not charter, but the charter business is booming. You know, the package tours is very big. Anyway, we'll see how that space develops. Okay, next one. Let's say my favorite unfortunate story of the day, but it's interesting how it affects the energy sector. Next story, Monica.
CO2 emission prices soar, crushing Polish industry sector. Prices of CO2 emission allowances broke a record last week, reaching almost 59 euros per ton, up from just a few euros in early 2018. The constant, clear growth directly translates into increases in energy prices and is felt hard by enterprises, especially large industrial energy consumers.
You know, this is where good intentions have had quite negative consequences. The carbon dioxide emissions trading program put together by the EU is, of course, driving the prices of carbon dioxide up, which is good because that makes people have an incentive to have green energy. But it's gone up so quickly, so rapidly that many of these Polish producers, manufacturers have not had the ability to adjust so quickly. I mean, from that euro price in the early 2018 to 59, incredible. And there's lots of speculation on the carbon dioxide pricing as well. Interesting to see how the Polish industry and regulators will deal with this going forward. So we'll watch this. Okay, next one, Magda.
DCT Gdańsk welcomes new CEO. DCT Gdańsk has announced that it has appointed Charles Baker as its new CEO to lead Poland's largest container terminal into its next leg of growth and expansion. He assumed his responsibilities with effect from 9th July 2021, taking over from Cameron Thorpe, who's moving to Belgium.
Well, I've met Cameron Thorpe and spoken with him in his offices at DCT Gdańsk. Congrats to him for building up a great company over the last 3, 4, 5 years that he's been there. I mean, DCT Gdańsk has just absolutely done wonderfully well. They are bringing in big boats or big ships from China directly, very deep water container terminal there. And they are taking lots of business quietly from Germany, from Holland, but Gdańsk has a great future continuing to import from China, other parts of the world, and competing with the much higher costs of Western Europe, Germany, Holland, etc. So we'll see how they develop for the next 3, 4, 5 years. Charles has a big challenge on his hand following the footsteps of Cameron Thorpe. So we'll see how that develops. Okay, next story.
Sandvik acquires Polish round tools company Fanar. The acquisition enhances SECO's product offering in tabs and solid threading applications and improves the presence in Poland and the growing market for round tools.
Yes, so no much comments on this. Another M&A deal, foreign company coming in, buying an existing Polish company to fill in its European portfolio and backfill its Polish market as well. Okay, next story, very interesting one as well on blockchain.
Otomoto brings blockchain to used car industry. The digital vehicle passport is intended to make buyers and sellers know as much about the technical condition of the used car on sale. The secure document is based on blockchain technology. It is a joint project of Otomoto, CarSmile, and MC2.
And this is a beautiful application of blockchain technology, which of course is about security of the transactions. I mean, think about buying a used car, rife with suspicion, with cheating, whether it's in Poland or the US. I mean, people are in the car. The trust level of used car is so low. So applying blockchain to it, beautiful idea. Good luck with them as they develop that. Okay, next story.
Lot Flight Academy, launched by Polish Aviation Group. Lot Polish Airlines has opened a simulator training center for pilots this year and will offer so-called full flight simulators of Boeing 787 Dreamliner and Embraer airplanes.
Now, that would be fun to be in one of those training simulators, wouldn't it? Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. It reminds me of the movie Top Gun, some with Tom Cruise. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so we can see Lot is also looking to expand its business in other markets everywhere globally. The airlines have been hit hard, and many of them looking for different things. So we'll look forward to seeing how airlines in the world, including Lot, begin to look at other businesses that we hadn't thought about. And we saw PKP Rail looking to do car rentals when people arrive in their local city. So we'll see what other innovations comes out of Lot Airlines out of necessity. Absolutely. Okay, next story.
Poland eyes investment boom with new economic program, says minister. Poland is hoping to boost investment with its Polish Deal economic program, the finance minister said, as it banks on a raft of measures worth an estimated 1.5% of gross domestic product to help the country rebound from COVID-19.
So Poland's getting on the gravy train like everyone else in the world. Free money, fiscal stimulus, throw money at the problems. Everyone's doing it. Might as well keep doing it as well. Poland, repercussions we'll see in the years to come, inflation, other things. But in the meantime, big money coming in, big stimulus coming in from Poland. It will drive the economy forward for sure. Okay, next one on defense.
Poland to pay $6 billion for 250 US Abrams tanks as it seeks to beef up defenses. The deal includes accompanying logistical and training package, as well as on upgrading infrastructure and buying ammunition.
Yeah, existing trend, defense. We've seen that coming big time with Poland as, of course, a key member of NATO. Obviously, the threats on the east. So that'll continue. That theme is going to continue. And as Ron Farkas, who had said some time ago, there are huge opportunities in the supply, the logistics chain that I think many Polish companies and many international companies are missing in Poland. So there are big opportunities in the logistics support for the US military as well as the Polish military. Anyway, okay, next story.
Retail assists a partnership with Vue Cinemas to support its Poland Multikino cinemas. Vue Cinemas has chosen Retail Assist to provide first-line IT help desk support to its Multikino and Cinema 3D cinemas in Poland. Retail Assist has worked with Vue International since 2009, helping drive incidents down in its 90 UK locations.
This is another story of another IT deal being done in Poland. It's being done everywhere in Central East Europe for global or Western European or US companies. We're going to see hundreds more of these type of deals. So no particular comments other than that. And last story of the day about nuclear power.
Okay, the last story. Bechtel, Westinghouse join forces to pursue Polish nuclear power plant project. This news follows the US Trade and Development Agency announcement on June 30, providing a grant for a front-end engineering design for a plant in Poland using proven Westinghouse AP1000 reactors. The feed is expected to be delivered in 12 months.
Okay, so you can talk all you want about fears of nuclear, et cetera, but what Poland is doing is they're trying to have a very balanced source of energy, whether it's LNG gas, coming in from Qatar or the US to its own green energy, which is moving very, very fast. And nuclear is another part of the balance. So interesting how I think Poland's doing it all right on the mix of energy right now. And this is another project. They're going to get some pushback for sure, blowback very soon. I'm surprised we haven't heard about it more. But in the meantime, we see Bechtel and Westinghouse, two big US companies moving in to this space. Okay, that's it for today. We had a long story today because we skipped Friday.
Yeah, it was a good dose of news.
Goodness, and very interesting news as well. So we will see you tomorrow morning. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Magda. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.